Finally, the direct method, which its most basic rule is no translation, and that is why it's called the direct method. Or natural method, because L2 is more like L1 learning. In 19th century, Gwyn worked on a methodology based on child language learning, and other reformers that I talked about here, they also became the advocates of natural method. And these guys proposed that language teaching should be undertaken within the target language system, and which was the first stimulus for the rise of direct method. The goal is that the students learn how to communicate in the target language by thinking in the target language. And when the teacher presents the new vocabularies or phrases, he demonstrates its meaning by using realia, pictures, or pantomime in real context, and abstract vocabularies by association of ideas, with no translation or any help of native language. 1. First language should not be used in the class. 2. Grammar is taught inductively. 3. Pronunciation, vocabulary, and all 4 skills are important, but here speaking is primary because communication or use is important. 4. Self-correction. Students are given time to correct themselves. And 5. The culture is not just limited to literary things, but the history of the people who speaks the language, and the geography, and what else? Their daily lives. And 6. The teacher's role is the director. She or he directs the class, and the students are less passive than in GTM. And the last is the interactions. Teacher to student, student to student, and student to teacher, which is often teacher oriented, but we've got both ways. Students take turns reading sections of a passage out loud, and the teacher uses gestures, pictures, realia to make meaning clear. Students are asked questions which they should answer in full sentences with new vocabularies or grammar structures. Questions about themselves which contain a particular grammar structure, which later they should ask each other using their own questions with those grammatical structures. Getting students to self-correct by asking them to make a choice between what they said and an alternative answer, or simply repeat what they said in a questioning voice, and repeat and stop just before the error. And in the fill in the blanks exercise, it differs from the grammar translation method because all the items are in the target language. And about the dictation, the teacher reads a passage 3 times, and the first time the students just listen. The second time the teacher reads it phrase by phrase, and the students write down what they've heard. And at the end, the teacher reads it in a normal speed, and the students just check their work. Map drawing. This is a technique for the students' listening comprehension. So the teacher gives them a map with unnamed geographical features and gives them the directions of these geographical features, and they should label them. That's it. And finally, writing a paragraph in their own words or about the passage they just read. But the direct method lost its place because of the requirements of fluent native-like teachers and overemphasizing on the similarities between L1 and L2. Hope you learned this method perfectly, and my upcoming video is gonna be something new and lit, so stay tuned and take care.